Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am about to take you down a road that was pretty fascinating for me, and I think it will be for you as well. I want to tell you at the beginning of this two things. The first thing is I had no plan to go down this road. I literally bumped into this morning, but the second part of this is the road I'm about to take you down is it pretty much sold me. I kind of already figured it, but it pretty much sold me on the idea that it's Stellar and Ripple are like brother and sister in what is about to happen. And I think at the end of this, your eyes will be very wide open as to that, what I consider to be a fact here. Okay, so here we go. The first way my morning unfolded was I just happened to be, I wasn't even searching for anything having to do with Stellar. I was actually looking for things having to do with Ripple. And when I was doing my searching, I just bumped into this. I happened to notice at the bottom of a page, stable coin issuance powered by Stellar. It is the only company that is advertising. They've got Google ads from Stellar about issuing stable coins. So I took it a step further and I tweeted this out this morning. Look who's advertising stable coin issuance. And then there was this. I typed in create a stable coin in Google, and it was the first thing that came up. Build on blockchain, powered by Stellar, fast and interoperable. Who else is interoperable? Well, I believe at the end of this video, you're gonna really understand what I believe is the big picture, and I believe that Stellar and Ripple are brother and sister. And I don't believe this is probably the first time I really thought this, but after going through all of this, I don't believe that Ripple and Stellar are on the outs. I believe they're on the same team. So here we go. Now, before I get into all that, I wanted to show you also. You got Stellar that's interested in stable coins, and I'm going to show you something else that might shock you at the end of this video about that. But remember, David Schwartz's YouTube account just went down yesterday after Ripple announced they were going to sue YouTube, right? Well, the last video he posted was about how you could create stable coins on the XRP ledger. Well, I went back and I found this article, third-party cryptos could launch on the XRP ledger, says Ripple's David Schwartz. And this is an article about this, but it just so you know, the stable coin video that David Schwartz put on his YouTube channel is not the only one where he addresses it. He also addressed it in this Ripple drop. Let's watch as a reminder.
In it. There are also changes that are in the form of new features. One of the features that I think is very exciting is a feature that would allow people to launch well, stablecoins are the obvious use case, but it's not just stablecoins. It's essentially assets pegged to some external value. Features similar to that exist on other systems, but the interesting thing about this is that the liquidity is guaranteed by the ledger mechanics.
Why is liquidity important for market?
All right, and we've seen all of that, but I just wanted you to see that. So both the XRP ledger and Stellar, you can create stable coins off of both of them. And so now, I wanted to show you this before I get into this whole discussion of Ripple Stellar, okay? Because again, I want to mention to you, and I also want to say, I'm going to try my best to point out. I don't like everything I show on this channel. I don't agree with every single word that's said, and I will try to correct anything I don't agree with. But sometimes I miss things. I'm not in agreement with everything that I read, okay, that I'm going to show you today. But a lot of it I am, and a lot of it comes so far out of nowhere. You know how I've been telling you about all these people that disappear off of Twitter? They're anonymous and then they're gone, but they said things that now are clicking in my mind. Well, there's another one, and I'm going to show them to you in a minute. But first, we need to see this. This was from XRP Phoenix this morning. He goes back to like this image. Now, he's talking about Miguel Valles. Miguel Valles disappeared, and we've all been talking for the last week how we think that he no longer works for Ripple. We're pretty certain that he's in Miami or somewhere down that way. But he's been very quiet, and Ripple's been very quiet about it as well. But XRP Phoenix brought to our attention that Miguel Valles went into his Twitter feed and he liked an old tweet from XRP Community Night when they had Snoop Dogg from back in 2018. And the tweet said, "Gonna be a great night," is what the tweet said. I went into Miguel Valles' feed to confirm this and looked in the likes section. Let me see if I'll go to his tweets and then go to his likes. And that is the first thing that shows up. And he has been active in the last few hours on here, liking, like he liked this thing from Corey Johnson. So he was active. So that's an interesting thing. What that means, who knows? Now, this is the tweet that this was sent to me, and this is what sent me down the path, really, of what I'm going to show you today. Now, I want to make sure I give the caveat again. Just because I'm showing it to you does not mean that I think some of these things, and I'll try to correct every one of them if I don't agree. But it starts here. XRP Yo-Yo sent me this. Interesting. Now, remember, folks, I've been talking. I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm being sent some of these things, because I was talking this past week about Rachel Lee and the tweets that have disappeared and the account that was suspended and disappeared. Well, now this was sent to me, and I wonder who this right here is, and I also wonder who a couple of other people I'm going to show you are. I wouldn't be surprised if they were related to Rachel Lee, but we'll see. What is Codius? Codius is the most advanced smart contract platform that will ever exist. The project was said to be put on hold in 2015. That was a lie. It was never put on hold. Now, I want to go ahead up front and address this lie business. There's a lot of things that I'm about to show you where this person said that you've been lied to by Ripple and all that. That is not how I see this at all. I think that when you're doing something as monumental as what Ripple is doing and as monumental as what Stellar is doing and these companies, you are under NDAs. You just can't talk about certain things, and that's just the way it is. I don't consider that to be, people actively lying to you or anything like that. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But so Codius is basically mine, and I'm not a techie guy, so I'm not getting deep into what Codius is and how that works and all. That's not the point here. The point is that Codius was something that hatched out of Ripple back in 2015, and it was told that it was a project that was put on hold, and they focused, I think, on the Interledger protocol. Now, I've got proof today that it is not on hold. It's alive and well today. But I want to draw your attention to this. XRP and Codius are going to be, and by the way, this video may be long, but I think it'll be worth your time. So listen to everything I say. XRP and Codius are going to be used to manage the entire $1 quadrillion derivatives market. XRP is not a currency. It is a store of value, digital gold. Now, I'm about to show you, I didn't know where this came from. But I'm about to show you something that the reason I think that the person that wrote this is also Rachel Lee, and Rachel Lee could be this person right here that's sending this to me. I don't know, but I believe that that's possible, highly possible. But you look at words. Words mean things. The first thing here is that XRP and Codius are going to be used to manage the entire $1 quadrillion derivatives market. XRP is not a currency. It's a store of value, digital gold. But where have I seen that? Well, let's go first before I show you where I've seen that. This is from another, I typed in Codius on Twitter and this came up. Why Codius and not Ethereum? Incredibly fast. No, look, April 28th. Incredibly fast. Codius runs at close to native speeds. XRP fast. Built-in payments. Codius applications can pay each other using any other currency using ILP, XRP. Note, Kendra mentions Codius in 2018. Who's Kendra? Now we're seeing something. Kendra Hill. So now we've got another anonymous or made up name, someone who's disappeared. Now, this was not on Twitter. It was from Steemit. This Kendra Hill person was on Steemit. I can't remember if I ever showed this on this channel, but we're about to go there. All right. Now, look, here's what's interesting about this Kendra Hill. Now, let me see if there's another. Now, this esoteric XRP also makes me curious as well. But right here, this is the Steemit post. What is Codius? The same thing. XRP and Codius are going to be used to manage the entire quadrillion-dollar derivatives market. XRP is not a currency, it's a store of value, digital gold. Well, I've heard that before. Remember the Rachel Lee XRP chat post that I was showing you the other day? Remember how I said this intrigued me? She says, if you ever thought that Ripple partnerships were just random, think again. We've pointed this out previously and do so again. Ripple's current partnership focuses on strategic interests, FX markets, oil markets, derivatives, not so much remittances as they make you believe. And somewhere else in here, she refers to XRP as digital gold, just like this. Okay? So Rachel Lee Rachel Lee also, right here, that was a lie. Rachel Lee also talks about lies right here. More or less, it's going down that path of they're not telling you what the truth is. So you got the same type pattern, references to digital gold, and that Ripple's not telling the truth. And like I said, I don't look at it that way. Okay, I look at it like they're doing what a responsible company that's trying to do something as huge as what XRP is. There's certain things you can and cannot talk about. Okay, now back to this. So XRP, continuing, XRP plus Polyson plus Codius equals all the effing money. All right. We keep saying on here all the money. Well, all the money would include derivatives, would it not? And then Kendra Hill, this is another clip that led me to all these Steemit things. The cross-border payments was just a test. Their true goal is $700 trillion global derivatives market. Chris Larson stated this too. Kendra Hill, this is from that Steemit post. The cross-border payment lie, and again, I'm not saying Ripple is lying. I'm saying that Ripple is doing what a major responsible company would have to do. If you were to do research on Ripple, the company, an XRP blockchain token, you would come to the conclusion that the goal is to replace SWIFT as the world's leading cross-border payment provider. Now, and I'm also not saying that I believe all this. I'm just telling you this is fascinating to read. What if I was to say that Ripple does not care about cross-border payments and that replacing SWIFT is only a short-term plan? In the digital age, you are able to connect with anyone around the world in seconds. For this reason, using one digital currency would be ideal. Not only is one currency all that is needed, it would be more efficient if we were to use one single currency. So what would happen to cross-border payment provider when the world is using digital currency that can be sent from wallet to wallet? The cross-border payment provider is no longer needed. I assume this is all very simple to understand. Yes, the purpose of this blog post is to help you understand if Ripple was only focused on cross-border payments and nothing else, their success would be short-lived. They knew this before XRP ever existed. And let's look at what was circled here. The true intentions of Ripple are to handle 100% of the transactions which take place in the derivatives market. All right, and so here I decided to go, now this is also this esoteric XRP. Who were the key developers of XRPL ILP? David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, Stefan Thomas. Who are the key developers of Polyson? Okay, we can't say that too loud. Polyson. Okay. David Schwartz, Arthur Brito. Who is the key developer of Codius? Stefan Thomas. The plan, XRP plus Polyson plus Codius equals $700 trillion market. All right. Now, I went and looked for this Kendra Hill Steemit. It all started with XRP 2 years ago, my birthday. Basically, I'm not going to read all that, but basically it says that this person's family is important in investment banking and that they're grandfather and father gave them a bunch of XRP. Okay, let me see. Let me see if it says it here. I come from a family of investment bankers that are very intelligent people who do not like to spend money. So anyway, I'm not going to go any further into that, but there were several posts by this person. The world only needs one. Before the digital age, using one world currency was not possible. Now that we are able to connect with people around the globe in seconds, one world currency would be ideal. Now, this is interesting right here. Cryptocurrency will be made illegal. This is not a maybe. This is a warning. Nothing is left up to chance. Our world is always planned years in advance. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail, and failure is not an option. Allowing additional currencies to exist when the world is only using one would be disruptive, so it will not be tolerated, and it will be easier to stop than you think. The illusion is that Bitcoin, for example, is untouchable. The reality is that it is government controlled through the use of mining pools. Any cryptocurrency aiming to be decentralized digital currency will not survive. The one that the one that we will use has already been chosen. The one world currency is already here. Not only is it, you may already be in possession of it. The currency of the future is currently ranked the top 10 in the coin market. Now, the question is, which cryptocurrency is it? I will answer that in my next blog post. There is some information I wish to release regarding people, organizations involved. People may not believe what I say today and do not expect anyone to. When the time comes, the truths are revealed. You will realize that I am someone you should listen to. This is why I'm starting my blog. Okay, and it goes on and on and on. I'm going to show you some of the more interesting parts of this. And some of it's, like I said, all of this is not stuff that I'm going to agree with. Chance is an illusion. It may appear like this stuff right here. That's this kind of stuff I'm not paying attention to. What I'm doing, and I think that we can all do this with a common sense head on our shoulder. I'm trying to pull out of these things what makes sense, because some of the things that are being said just seem like they're coming from someone who might know something, and that's why this is interesting to me. It may appear that there are multiple cryptocurrencies battling to claim the top spot. The reality is that only one currency is needed, and that one has already been released. The Lumen will scale to the masses using Lightning Network. All the world's transactions will be processed each second almost instantly. Jed McCaleb is the co-founder of Stellar Lumens. He is connected to an organization called Lucis Trust. Now, I don't know what that is, which has a project called World Goodwill, United Nations Sustainability Development Plan, that promotes the teachings of its founder, Alice Bailey. Anyway, chance does not exist. Lucis Trust was established 96 years ago. I'm going to go look into all of these things. I don't know much about all this. But anyway, he's talking about Stellar Lumens. Now, the cross-border, now this is where he's saying it's a lie and all that. That's not what I think. If you were able to do research on Ripple, the company, an XRP blockchain token, you would come to the conclusion that the goal is to replace SWIFT as the world's leading cross-border payment provider. What if I was to say that Ripple does not care about cross-border payments and that replacing SWIFT is only a short-term plan? In the digital age, you are able to connect with any. All right, so we read part of that. If Ripple, let's see, at some point it says, I assume this is all very simple to understand. If Ripple was only focused on cross-border payments and nothing else, their successes would be short-lived. They knew this before XRP existed. Think of cross-border payments as a nice testing ground to prepare Ripple for the use case they've been focused on since the very beginning. The true intentions of Ripple are to handle 100% of the transactions which take place in the derivatives markets. So why do they not make this public knowledge? For multiple reasons. The most important one being that they are not ready. They are missing a piece to the puzzle, and that piece is called Codius. What is Codius? Codius is the most advanced smart contract platform that will ever exist. The project was said to be put on hold in 2015. That was a lie. It was never put on hold. Now, again, I'm not saying that's a lie, but I am saying that Codius is alive and well. I will tell you that now, and I'll prove it. As I said, I don't like all this stuff like this, but cross-border payments This is strong. Ripple only cares about derivatives market. They know the average investor is not capable of critical. Come on. Ripple and Stellar, this is the part I like. Ripple and Stellar are a team. With the Lumen cross-border, payments are not needed. XRP will one day be worth more than 1 gold ounce, and that is only a 5-year price prediction. Time tells all. I don't want to get crazy and say too much, so I will let time reveal everything. If you choose not to hold XRP, that will be your regret. And then it goes on. Jed McCaleb, they're basically saying he's got family ties to the Federal Reserve. In 2014, he moved from Ripple to Stellar, giving the illusion that the two organizations were separate entities. Ripple and Stellar are like brother and sister, each providing something of value in the new world financial system. Ripple is said to be cross-border payment provider with the use of XRP in the short period of time. The world will not need a cross-border payment provider when we are using the Lumen. It says stellar lumens will become the world currency, while XRP becomes a store of value. The lumen is digital silver, XRP is digital gold. The purpose of XRP is to be used in derivatives market while also acting as a store of value. XRP is not and was never intended to be a currency, nor was it created to be used specifically for cross-border payments. When Codius is released, we will see its true purpose unveiled. Ripple and Stellar are the keys to the new world financial system, which will be ushered in as the old system collapses. Perfect timing. You might want to hold on to that clip right there. Okay, the future value of XRP within the folks, and again, I'm showing you all this because this is fascinating to me. I thought it would be fascinating to you. I'm not saying that every word of what this person says is the gospel. That's not what I'm saying. But it intrigues me enough. I can tell you this, it intrigues me enough that I'm interested in both Ripple and Stellar. Within the next 9 years, we will see the value of one XRP token surpass the value of 1 gold ounce. Digital gold with use cases. Digital gold for the upper class. The media is a tool that is used to control the lower class. I don't think I'm going to go through all of this. I'm able to personally destroy all arguments that are anti-XRP because I know the truth, and I possess more knowledge than you regarding Ripple and XRP. A full notebook, to be exact. My grandpa gave me it so that I would understand, because I wanted to sell the XRP I was given a few years ago. The media will use trickery to convince you that XRP is not worth investing in long term. Use your brain, not emotions, and stay strong. Talk to me if you are unclear about something. I can explain everything, and I enjoy helping others. Soon enough, I will be able to send people a blog post to answer their questions. 5 years from now, it will be upper class that is in possession of almost the entire supply of XRP. It is not meant for the lower class. However, at this moment in time, someone from the lower class can hold XRP, allowing them to move up in the world. I call it a token of freedom. Wow. These last few pages are pretty, they'll blow you away. They kind of blow me away, some of the things being said here. XRP, the decentralized fungible asset. I see people all over the internet questioning whether XRP is decentralized or not. I can confirm that yes, it is decentralized. Unlike Bitcoin, XRP does not have mining pools which control the hash power. Let me see if anything else interesting is here. There's a myth, talking about all the myths, and we've seen this over the last 2 years. XRP to the moon. Everyone who has a solid understanding of what XRP is will agree that it has a bright future. When speculating on how bright the future will be, the common agreement is that reaching a value beyond $100 is certainly realistic. I have reason to believe $100 is nothing compared to what is to come for long-term holders. Within 5 years, XRP will be known as digital gold. I have a notebook of information explaining in great detail why and how this will all take place. If there is anything you wish to know about XRP, feel free. Okay, so, and then they talk about how much you would need to become. Anyway, again, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm not saying I agree with where all these prices, all this stuff. I'm just telling you that this is a fascinating read, and I thought you would find it interesting. a partnership years in the making. In a deal which was negotiated in 2015, Amazon holds stake in 5 billion XRP. Currently, that XRP in a locked account until the partnership is made public. Why has this been kept secret? Let me first respond to this by asking you a question. Why does the price of XRP not move when new partnerships are announced? The answer to my question is that XRP has no use cases currently. This will soon change. When it does, the price will rise quickly. They are very selective when announcing new partnerships publicly. So that, to answer your question, it is in the best interest of everyone involved to keep the price as low as possible, allowing major investors to buy in early while also pushing many investors from the lower class. When the Amazon partnership is announced, the world will be talking about XRP. Millions of people will buy XRP on that day. So this partnership is being saved for a later date. Never look at Ripple for what it is today. Always assume that they are multiple steps ahead at any given time. There are very intelligent people coordinating our world, and nothing is made public before it's meant to. Well, you have to be releasing information that is in my Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Okay, well, I wanted to show you that Codius does have their Twitter thing up and running, and I'm going to prove to you now that Codius is alive and well. I looked up tweets where David Schwartz mentioned Codius. It's always interesting to me. You know how I always say words mean things. Well, when people don't talk about things, I think that means things too. When there's an elephant in the room and it's not talked about, words mean things. Words that are not said mean things. And David Schwartz has not talked about Codius since 2018 in May. And I know for a fact that Codius is alive and well. I'm about to show you. But the fact that he has not spoken about it since 2018 is a flag all day long for me. Last thing he said is, another biggest difference, perhaps one of the most important, is that Codius can keep secrets while Ethereum can't. That means Codius can, for example, control a Bitcoin wallet while an Ethereum smart contract can't. So he's basically telling you one way that Codius is better than Ethereum. You have to wonder, folks. You have to wonder. Now, let me show you a blog. This is from Hodor. Hodor wrote this blog. I don't remember. I think it's 2018. He wrote this. Ripple stops the development of Codius and pivots to Interledger. Ripple had started developing a smart contract solution to complement the XRP ledger. It was known as Codius, and development proceeded to a point where the code was indeed production ready, but not yet considered optimal. My own words to describe a collection of communications by Ripple. Before resuming work on Codius and creating a combination of tools to enable smart contracts with settlement directly on the XRPL, Ripple decided to shift its limited resources to the development of a new international standard of payments. Now, this line captures my attention. Ripple decided to shift its limited resources. If there's one thing about Ripple that I know, they don't have limited resources. They're not limited at all. In fact, it's like a war chest of money and resources. Okay, so that doesn't make sense on its face. So anyway, the point is that you're told here that Codius has been put on the shelf. Okay, I don't believe it was ever put on the shelf. In fact, here's the website here, codius.org. All right, now this guy here on April 29th, which is yesterday, said that, let me tell you something, folks. And this all, for me, it all started when I started saying, let's look at some of these people who have disappeared. I'm starting to see a lot of different Twitter accounts and different people say things and things pop up that haven't been mentioned in a while. And this is one of them. Out of nowhere yesterday says, Sure Khan says, did development of Codius really stop in 2015? 55.3% say no, secretly continued. And then this person says they did not stop. Codius is live, and tweeted this from Ethan McBro, who is the lead scientist at Coil. Okay? You're probably thinking of a tweet of mine where I said some code I wrote to make distributed computation easier was unpolished and needed to be reviewed before I could recommend other people using it. Codius itself is fully live though. So Codius is live, and he didn't say it once, he says it twice. He says right here in response to someone, Codius is already live, with a smile, and I thought maybe he was joking there until he said it here. Codius is fully live though, okay? So Codius is live. I've got further proof. This is an article from March 2019, when we remember when Ripple Spring announced that they were going to 100 million fund to bring blockchain to gaming with Forte. Well, you go down here. Forte's technology stack includes components designed in close collaboration with Ripple, namely leveraging open source interledger protocol with XRP, serving as a base pair settlement and container-based hosting solution, Codius, supporting seamless transactions across blockchains. So they tell you right there that, let's say it again, protocol with interledger protocol with XRP serving as a base pair settlement and the container-based hosting solution Codius, supporting seamless transactions across blockchains. Now, this is Evan Schwartz from July 19th, 2000. Now remember, last time David Schwartz speaks of Codius is May of 2018. And here's Evan Schwartz at about the same time. Listen up.
And you have no way of telling. So this also enables open source services. The Codius network today, this project was relaunched very recently. There's already over 400 different hosts in lots of different countries, and this network is just growing. Couple of use.
That's all you needed to hear from that. And it's always worth reminding you, because if we're talking about derivatives, folks, we sure as hell are talking about all of the money. And he's the guy that said it, same guy that just told you Codius is alive and well.
So some people have heard me say this before, but I'll throw it out to the audience. What is Interledger's total addressable market size? All the money. Nobody wanted.
If there's ever a clip that we could listen to over and over and over, let's just hear it one more time.
All the money.
Or as that person said on that thing, all the effing money. That's what we're talking about. And I believe after what I've just shown you, and I'm gonna finish by showing you something else that might blow your mind. We are talking about all the money. I believe this involves Stellar. I believe it involves Ripple. I believe it involves stable coins issued probably on both of those platforms. I believe it involves Codius, and I believe it involves derivatives, oil, FX, and it is all of the money. Now watch this. This is an article from July 17th, right around the time that he was talking about how Codius was live. July 17th, 2018. IBM is experimenting with cryptocurrency that's pegged to the US dollar. IBM has teamed up with financial technology startup Stronghold on a cryptocurrency that's pegged to the US dollar. The tech giant has put its weight behind this so-called stablecoin, a digital token that in principle is tied to an existing government-backed currency in order to reduce the volatility associated with virtual currencies. In this case, the cryptocurrency called Stronghold USD is backed by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation insured US dollars, IBM said Tuesday, with reserves being held by blockchain-focused asset manager Prime Trust. That'd be worth looking into. But as we go down here, what it also said, IBM said Stronghold stablecoin will rely on the platform developed by Stellar, which was co-founded by former Ripple executive Jed McCaleb in 2014. So it says IBM said Stronghold, so Stronghold's the company that they partnered with. Now, we go to this. I found a tweet right here. Discussion will focus on central bank digital currencies. Jesse Lund is on stage. This guy from CLS Bank's on stage. Michael Warner from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco is on stage. Tammy Camp from Stronghold. Yes, the same Stronghold that's helping IBM and Stellar develop this USD pegged stablecoin. Okay? Jed McCaleb's on stage. Listen up, folks. So you got Jed McCaleb on stage with someone from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. Listen up. It's just about a minute.
Oh, great. Thanks. Jed.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Jed McCaleb, founder of SDF, Stellar Development Foundation. And why I got into it and what excites me about it is the potential to kind of do for financial transactions and economic connectivity what the internet did for information, which is like kind of level the playing field and democratize access and like reduce concentrations of power and let anyone connect to anyone else, right? And this is had all these kind of repercussions in the internet for information, led to all kinds of things we didn't anticipate, and we're hoping the same thing will happen with financial activity, where now someone, some kid in Mexico can now send like 10 cents to someone in Thailand, right? This just isn't impossible with today's infrastructure, but we're hoping to make that a reality, which I think will be really good for everyone. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jed.
I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that this is about all of the freaking money. Thank you for listening.